Hey rock fans, pull up a chair and crank the volume. Today we're diving deep into the 70s, that glorious decade when rock ruled the airwaves and the riffs were as big as the hair. But not every great band got their fair share of fame. In fact, some of the most talented and influential groups flew under the radar, never quite becoming household names despite killer songs, creative flair, and a sound that could make the gods of rock proud. So let's get into it with stories, riffs, and a little laugh or two, just like old times. Number 10. Budgie. Don't let the name fool you. Budgie were anything but chirpy birds. These Welsh metal pioneers carved out a heavy, riff-driven sound that inspired a whole generation of rockers. Formed back in '67, Budgie's progressive hard rock flew just under the mainstream radar. But their influence? Huge. Metallica gave them a nod by covering Bread Fan on their Garage Incorporated album, bringing Budgie's sharp riffs back into the spotlight. Fun fact, Bread Fan is all about the almighty dollar, or bread as the cool kids say, and it rips hard enough to make your speakers beg for mercy. So yeah, Budgie may not have ruled the charts, but among metalheads, they're straight up legends. Number 9. The Sensational Alex Harvey Band. If you thought rock couldn't get any wilder, meet the Sensational Alex Harvey Band, or SAHB for short. These Glaswegian showmen weren't just about music, they brought a full-on theatrical experience to every gig. With frontman Alex Harvey decked out like he was starring in a vaudeville revival and Zal Clemenson doing mime in bright green and yellow. They blended blues, glam, and hard rock with a stage show that made even Alice Cooper look mild. Though they never broke big in the US, their influence ran deep. Bon Scott of AC/DC counted them as a major inspiration, and a young Nick Cave was a fan. So if you like your rock with a little theatrical madness, SHAB is the band to check out. Number 8. Big Star. Tell them what we said, Big Star Story is a classic, too good to be famous rock tragedy. These Memphis guys crafted melodic, Beatles-inspired power pop with harmonies and lyrics that cut deep. Their albums, number 1 record, Radio City, and Third Sister Lovers, are power pop masterpieces full of gems like September Girls and 13. Critics adored them, with Rolling Stone calling their work seminal, and bands like REM and Cheap Trick later wore their influence on their sleeves. But poor promotion kept Big Star in the shadows, earning them the title, the greatest band you never heard of. Well, now you have. Time to catch up. Number 7. Camel. No, not a desert animal. Camel was a top-flight British prog-rock band that mixed jazz, classical, and rock into complex but beautifully melodic tunes. Formed in Surrey in '71 and led by guitarist Andrew Latimer, Camel added flutes and even orchestras to their music. Their 1975 instrumental concept album, The Snow Goose, inspired by Pau Gallico's story, was so good it landed them a gig with the Royal Albert Hall Symphony Orchestra. Dreamy and adventurous, Camel's sound didn't quite catch mainstream ears beyond the prog crowd. But if you're up for a late-night headphone journey, Camel's your ticket. Number 6. April Wine. Think Canada's rock scene is just Rush and Neil Young? Think again. April Wine came out of Halifax with a blend of straightforward hard rock and catchy choruses. Their 1975 album, Stand Back, went double platinum in Canada thanks to songs like Tonight is a Wonderful Time to Fall in Love and I Wouldn't Want to Lose Your Love. You might remember their tunes on late night radio. These guys deserve a bigger spot in the rock pantheon. Number 5. Nazareth. Nazareth rocked hard and kept on rocking. Formed in '68, the Scottish band finally broke through with the 1975 album Hair of the Dog, featuring the snarling title track, Now You're Messing with a Son of a Bitch, and a cover of Love Hurts that went worldwide. If you heard Love Hurts on the radio, that was Nazareth making waves. Despite selling millions, many only know them for that ballad, missing the big picture. Guns N' Roses' Axl Rose later covered Hair of the Dog, giving the band some retro respect. They toured hard and churned out solid albums, but the rock history books haven't quite given them their due. Number 4. UFO.
Where do we go?
Not flying saucers, but UFO were rock heroes. Starting in '68, this London band moved from psychedelic jams to tight hard rock. With Michael Schenker on guitar, UFO crafted anthems like Doctor Doctor, Rock Bottom, and Lights Out.
Hands on your clock. Heaven don't just know where when.
They never had a huge hit single, but sold over 20 million records worldwide and influenced the 80s metal scene heavily. Rolling Stone called them one of the greatest classic hard rock acts, yet they remain a cult favorite. For fans in the know, UFO was way ahead of their time.
Doctor, please.
Number 3. The Pretty Things. Despite their cheeky name, the Pretty Things were serious players. Formed in '63, they started in English R&B and evolved into psychedelic rock pioneers. Their 1968 album SF Sorrow was the first rock opera, a year before Tommy, telling a surreal story through music. With hits like Don't Bring Me Down and Honey I Need, they caused such a stir abroad that New Zealand's parliament once debated banning them on tour. Jimmy Page called them a fine band that really changed their music. Though they never cracked the US market, the Pretty Things remained a cult classic. Number 2. Gentle Giant. True to their name, Gentle Giant were complex, really complex. This British prog septet, yes, 7 members, formed in 1970 and dazzled with multi-instrumental skills and adventurous blends of rock, folk, jazz, and classical. Their albums like Octopus and Freehand are prog fan favorites, but their music was too intricate for radio hits. They never had big commercial success, but their devoted cult following calls them prog-rock royalty. If you like Yes or King Crimson, give Gentle Giant a spin. Number 1. Crack the Sky. Taking the top spot is Crack the Sky, an American band that got rave reviews but little radio play. Their 1975 debut was named Debut Album of the Year by Rolling Stone. High praise indeed, mixing prog rock, hard rock, and humor. They should have been stars. Sadly, label troubles held them back, and their brilliant tracks like Surf City and Ice went underappreciated. Now known as the greatest band you've never heard of, Crack the Skye kept making albums and touring for loyal fans through the 80s and 90s. Spot their vinyl and you might just find a rock treasure. So there you have it, 10 bands from the 70s who didn't make it big but left an indelible mark on rock history. Whether you're dusting off your old vinyl or digging deeper into rock's roots, these bands deserve a listen. Because if you only know the hits, well, you don't know rock at all. Cheers to the unsung heroes. Now, go blast some Budgie or Crack the Skye and keep that classic rock spirit alive.